the House Republicans should stand up to the Senate. That's what I'd like to talk about today. After the poll data came in last week that indicated that the Republicans were being blamed for the shutdown and the Democrats were not, it terrified a lot of the Republicans, and a lot of them ran for the hills in a total rout, throw down your musket and run. They were in particular among the Senate Republicans. Most likely they're going to cut a deal with the Democrats in the Senate that is a total non-existent, mushy deal. It's not a deal, it's a surrender. They'll go along with the temporary debt limit extension. They'll go along with the temporary reopening of the government with the continuing resolution and get absolutely nothing in return. The thing that they are touting is that they'll get the requirement that income must be verified before subsidies are given on Obamacare, but that's already in the statute. The president just chose to delay it. So now this bill will go to the House Republicans, and there I think there's going to be some backbone. You know, Mark Twain once said, if a cat sits down on a hot stove, he'll never sit down on a hot stove again. But he'll never sit on a cold stove either. You can't tell the difference. And I think that the Republicans way overreached in the government shutdown, demanding the defunding of Obamacare. But I do believe that they should insist on certain clear conditions. One, obviously, is to keep the sequester in place. And any procedure that would re-examine the sequester essentially regurgitates the wins of 2 years ago and questions them anew, and that's the hell of a way to move forward. But I think the most important ingredient is to put in the debt limit extension, a requirement that in any future debt limit fight, the Secretary of the Treasury has to use as a priority paying the debt service out of tax money. If the tax money will pay it, which it would in every month, he's obliged to do it, so that next time Obama can't threaten default. All of the other things that we're talking about, the Keystone Pipeline, curbs on entitlements, delaying aspects of Obamacare, replacing the medical device tax, getting rid of the death panels, all of those are secondary. Because the main thing to do now is to live to fight again another day. Now, the House is getting the point in demanding a short-term extension of the debt limit, so there is an opportunity to fight again in December or in January. But that fight will be worthless if Obama can continue to claim, falsely, that default is at issue. Now he has the international community weighing in. Lagarde, the head of the IMF, hinted about danger to the world. Even China weighed in, saying it was time to de-Americanize the world. But these are all echoes of Obama's warning about default. And there is no risk of default in reality. The revenue we take in tax money is 10 times the revenue we have to pay out each month in debt service, $250 billion versus $25 billion. There is plenty of money there to pay the debt service. There's no risk of default. It's just invented by Obama and ratified by the media. But if you require the Treasury Secretary to prioritize payments of interest on the debt, then you guarantee that there's no risk of default, and even Obama can't claim that there is. So that really is the top priority, and that's what I'm hoping emerges in the discussions between the House and the Senate Republicans. Thanks a lot.